Just over there is the ancient road which leads down from Jerusalem to Jericho. It's been a haunt of highwaymen and brigands right through the ages. And this was the road, dramatic indeed, which Jesus chose as the setting for his great parable of the Good Samaritan. Up this same road they came, Jesus and his 12 disciples, they who could scarcely have been aware of the momentousness of the journey. Ever on they trudge, until at last Jerusalem comes into view, the glorious city of God, chosen by him to make his ways known to all the world, to shine forth with the very glory of God. But as Jesus rode down this hill on a donkey, to tumultuous acclaim, his heart was heavy. Instead of being a light to the nations, Jerusalem was veiled in darkness. Instead of radiating love, it emanated strife, hatred, and spiritual death. Then, as now, wicked deeds were being committed within its walls. Here the Lord wept over the city. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets and stones all those God sends to her. How often I would have gathered you as a hen gathers her chicks under her wing, but you would not. Such was the love of Jesus for this glorious city of God. And yet, in his eyes, it was as surely moving towards destruction as the Gadarene swine as they tumbled into the lake. The city was very different then, of course. Different, and yet the same. Then, as now, a place of violence, of furious passions and bigotries. It was as though here was the world's soul, where all its bitterest conflicts and most searching dilemmas must be worked out, whence would come also its truest understanding and sweetest hopes. Just as Israeli troops patrol the streets today, keeping out an ever-watchful eye for trouble, so did Roman ones then, not least from their commanding stronghold, the fortress of Antonia, overlooking the very courts of the temple. Here, the scribes and chief priests tried to trap Jesus. Is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar, they asked. They knew full well that in the fortress above, Roman ears would be listening acutely to his reply.